Tell me what you think the biggest story of the week was.
The pipeline, Colonial panic, all of that. That was because that is a harbinger, word of the day, Stu, of what is to come. What is to come? You know, we always get tipped off in life, not just in the news, but in personal situations as well. And many of us, including me, ignore warnings. And don't do that, by the way, in any kind of medical thing. If you see something that's not right and you know your own body, you go to the doctor right away, all right? You know, because that kind of thing gets out of control. But in America, we had a warning in Texas, where you guys lived, in the winter, right? Now we have a warning in the southeast of the United States. Gas, this, that, and the other thing. This is going to be serious, I think, because what the Biden administration has decided is that they are going to destroy, and I use that word literally, the fossil fuel industry in this country. All right, that's what they're going to do because of climate change. Now, we did heavy research on BillO'Reilly.com this week about China, and China is building coal plants. China pollutes the air more than any other Western industrial nation combined. Beck. And China's not going to stop doing that. They're going to do it. Biden's not going to convince them not to do it. So while the Biden administration wants to harm the energy industry in the USA, ultimately it's not going to do any good because China is going to pollute the hell out of the planet no matter what.
Sure.
So they're
going to stop at 2050. They're going to stop in 2050. Okay, so I agree with you, but I think there are three things, and I would like to get your opinion on each of them. The first thing is the first point on this Colonial Pipeline deal, you've already said. You're absolutely right. We are destroying the infrastructure, and this is only the beginning. Two, I think this was an unintentional shark bump. You know what a shark bump is. Sharks bump into you, see if you're food. And if you move, they eat you. And I think this was a shark bump that has told all of the sharks in the world, holy cow, America will move. And the fact that this company paid the ransom, the United States government said this is a private thing, and, you know, they can pay the ransom or not. It's up to them. And they did nothing about it, I think was a signal to all of the sharks, all of the leaders of around the world that hate our guts, all of the cyber terrorists. Get them. We can get them, and they'll do nothing. Your thoughts on that point number two?
All right. So there is a little-known law that was passed after 9/11, and the acronym for the law is AUMF. AUMF. It allows the President of the United States to publicly or privately designate a group as a terrorist outfit. Okay? So
great.
The hackers here are dark something. I forget what. Dark what? Dark whatever. They have a little
yeah, what was it, Stu? I can't remember now. Dark something, yes.
Dark chocolate, dark. No, right.
No, it was. I'll think of it.
All right. So they identify
dark side.
themselves.
Dark side.
Dark
yes.
side. They identify themselves as a foreign group that attacked the USA in a security way because national security depends on energy. So all Biden had to do, if you could wake him up, which is not easy, is designate this dark crew as terrorists. All right, officially. Now, I didn't have to do it publicly. You could do it privately. All right. Now, once that happens, the dark crew can be droned. You can blow them up, or you can send in Delta Force or any of our special forces to shoot them in the head, which is what they did to Osama bin Laden.
Right.
Okay? So that's how you solve this problem, Beck. And, of course, the companies themselves should be upgrading their security mechanisms. But this is not a hard problem. We have a mechanism for this. Now, once the dark crew gets evaporated, I think that might stop some of this hacking.
So,
what say you?
Do you think that we are doing that just silently? And if not, why?
I do not think we're doing this because I don't think Biden even knows this is available. And people go,
Somebody does.
You're so unfair. I gave Biden a chance. I told all my listeners, the millions and millions of people who follow me, I'm going to give him a chance. All right? Well, I'll tell you what. This guy's a disaster. And
okay,
I don't
before we go in,
around.
Okay, before we go any further on to other topics of disaster, because we've got them, do you agree that this will be interpreted by all of the cyber criminals, all of the sharks in the world that are after us? We're going to see more of this now because of the way we reacted.
Whenever you give in to terrorists,
yeah, okay,
they are emboldened.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah,
the third point I have. First one is Green New Deal. It's only going to get worse.
Right.
Second one is Shark Bump. It's only going to get worse. And the third one struck me this morning when I saw why the company stopped the flow of oil. It's not that they couldn't get the pipeline to work. It was because they couldn't bill anyone. They wouldn't know who to bill, what to bill them for, et cetera, et cetera. Now, that is perfectly reasonable when you are dealing with enough oil to collapse your company. You know, you can't just send all the gas out for free. However, when I saw that story and the way it was written, the left is going to use this and say this was all caused because they worried about profit. That's why we need to nationalize this infrastructure. Agree or disagree?
I don't think the left is going to get involved with this. This is not what they want to do. They're more interested in the mass thing that you guys were talking about. That's why you want to get into that. But I don't think they're not going to get into that. Right now, the progressive left has a president that they can manipulate in any way they want to manipulate. Okay? They have. But the problem with that is that his administration is going south so fast. Once people are paying $1 a gallon more for gas, they notice. So,
I mean, Bill,
the progressive left, go ahead.
In my lifetime, Jimmy Carter stood alone. Jimmy Carter is now wiping the sweat from his brow going, oh, finally, I'm not the worst president of everybody's lifetime. I've never seen a country fall apart faster in almost every sector than we are falling apart right now. Would you agree? He's got fires on every front.
That's true, but they're little fires now. In 2 months, we'll see. But you know, a couple of weeks ago, Biden went down to see Jimmy, right? Mm-hmm. Well, not many people know this, but Biden's first question was, hey, can you give me some advice on how I can wreck the economy quicker? You did it so well, but I just want to accelerate it. So you got anything that you could tell me? Because, look.
It's unbelievable. And the only time I ever saw him without a mask in the last year was with a really old guy and his wife. I mean, it's like, what are you doing? It's so bizarre.